Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel. Hope you guys are having a great day, whether it's in the morning, afternoon, or the evening, or maybe just the middle of the morning. Who knows? Welcome to the Hex Token channel. Your host, Superman, in the house. And of course, we're going to have a lot of fun. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, smash that subscribe button right now. Hit the bell as well. And of course, if you want to hit the like button, that'd be appreciated too. Helps with the algorithm, gets Pulsechain and Hex out there even further, so it's going to be pretty cool. Now, we're going to have a lot of fun today. We're getting into stock market, then crypto news. We're going to jump into the Hex ecosystem with Hedron Icosa. We're going to have a look at the best performing chart and the worst performing chart in the altcoins that we follow on this channel at least. And of course, we're also going to then get into the main event, covering our main project today, which is Coast. It's going to be a pivotal project on a Pulsechain. And of course, with Fiat Onramp Offramp, a stable coin, and a whole ecosystem of probably some sort of utility tokens. We'll see. We'll talk about that too. We're going to wrap up at the end, of course, with the Hex daily stats, which will be out by then. The day is closed, and we'll talk about that, and also the importance of staking before the 16th of February, because the share rate is going to jump. I'm also going to talk about the Hex God Whale and some of my speculations on its activities. We'll get into that, folks. Now, later on today, after this live stream, towards the end later on today, I'll be dropping in a Pulse X video. I think you're going to like to see that. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a few speculations in the Pulse X video, so stay tuned. That's going to be coming up later on today. So awesome. That's going to be a lot of fun, that one. So it'll be pretty cool. All right, so let's get into it. We've got Lice Beneath in the house. Hello, how are you today? Very, very good. And, of course, hello all Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLX for the 100%. The was it 2023? The year of Pulsechain. It's going to be Pulsechain changing the future of DeFi. That's for sure. Looking forward to it. We've got Jana Tubb in the house. Hi, Jana Tubb. I think that's the first time I've seen you in the chat there. I'm not sure, but big welcome to the channel anyway. And of course, yeah, if you haven't joined our Discord, the link's in the video description. Great place to be. Great information and great community for sure. Sandy Beach in the house. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. And Tortoise Johnny in the house as well. Tortoise Johnny, I'm happy early. I'm happy early, says Tortoise Johnny. Nice. We got JB as well. Evening from the UK. Big shout out to you in the UK there, JB. Who else is here? We got Sarah G. Hello, everybody. Let's get this party started. I like that attitude, Sarah. That is a wonderful attitude. And of course, let us indeed get the party started. Ted Nelson as well. Hey, everybody. On fire. I love it. I love it. Man, this is going to be such a fun year. I mean, we've certainly got challenges ahead, but I think we've got so many good things going to happen for Pulsechain and Hex this year. I think it really is going to be pretty cool. Two fun in the house there. Hope everybody is doing well. Me too. We got Peso Dude in the house there. Bornus, Atardis, Amigos. I'm not sure about the TARDIS there, but what that means. But good. It's good to see you, Peso Dude. We got Mix in the house. What's news? We're going to talk about it. And Ivor as well. Can we invest in USDL? Well, you can after Pulsechain launches. The sacrifice is actually over, but you will be able to participate in the Liquid Loans platform. Of course, you put Pulse in there and you can issue USDL. Alternatively, you can buy it through the PulseX exchange or any other exchanges that are on Pulsechain. You'll be able to do that. Matt in Barling House there. Morning, everybody. Good to see you, Matt. Yeah, if you haven't checked out the Liquid Loans update yesterday, I posted that. That was an excerpt from another YouTuber's video. But had a nice little tidy little section there on Pulsechain's update. Check that out with CEO Crypto Crazy. If you sacrifice for Pulsechain, for Liquid Loans on Pulsechain, you should definitely check that out. Pulsechain's obviously also building out some important infrastructure for Pulsechain, and of course, other teams will be able to use that, like the Talor Oracle. You get that, and of course, the public they're opening up Gnosis Safe for the everybody to be able to use on there too, because they're using it, the multi-sig wallet. So they're going to have that too. So looking good. They also talked about Graph SQL there, and that I'm not sure where that's going to be ubiquitously used or open for people to use there, but definitely working on that for their purposes as well from the looks of it. We've got Ivor as well. I just thought some days in February is National Pulse Day. I think it might be. We might have a National Pulse Day coming up. That's for sure. After it launches, might become the Pulse Day. We'll celebrate that every year. What's up, Superman? Sinful Believer in the house. Always a pleasure. And StakeX as well, another pullback in Hex. How many opportunities to DCA you're going to get? Not financial advice. Yes, we're going to talk about the Hex chart a bit later. Has pulled back. The markets have pulled back. We're going to talk about that too. Good evening, everybody. Check my pulse in the house. 2023, the year of Pulsechain. Yeah, I love that. Check my pulse. I love that. That's so cool. Hey, look, what other ecosystem's going to have something like that? A Beastie Boy coming out. Now, there are other projects, other chains building out ecosystems, but most of the ecosystem for Pulsechain has been built out. It's just waiting to launch. They got a few final touches, in terms of the proof of stake testnet, but we've got all the AAA projects pretty much there. A lot of the infrastructure that's supporting those projects is being built out and is well advanced. So we're looking pretty good to dropping a giant Pulsechain ecosystem. If you haven't checked out my ecosystem video that I did the other day, check that out. That's a high-level view, but I think it's quite insightful in terms of how this ecosystem is going to drop. It's going to be pretty neat. Over the first 2 months in particular, so it's not all going to happen in one big whammy, so don't get caught out by that, particularly maybe 4 to 8 weeks after the launch. We're going to get massive DeFi leverage lending into the ecosystem. That will particularly impact Richard Heart tokens, so don't fall for the trap there. Hey, Katie and House, hey, all good to see you, Superman. Always a pleasure, Katie, one of our community moderators. Awesome. Christian Collin as well. Hello, Familia. Good to see you, Christian. Who else has jumped in the chat there? Matt and Barley says, yesterday, Jack said he was the pizza guy talking about Bitcoin at $30. The guy who sold BTC for pizza. That was pretty funny. Yeah, that was not. I mean, it wasn't too bad. You're talking about the A-Bit interview. That was a pretty good interview for the most part. I would obviously disagree. I think there's understatement around the OA discussion. I think Jack's missing a few factors in there, unfortunately. But the rest of the discussion was pretty reasonable as well. I note that RH apparently jumped into the comments chat there. I didn't go to confirm whether that was actually RH's account, but RH was in there as well, talking about a DDoS attack on that one. So anyway, the discussion was pretty good. Just went through the Zen ecosystem there, and pretty insightful. X-Force 1 there. I'm not sure whether A-Bit's still followed by the RH, but we'll see. We've got X-Force 1 else as well. Hello, Superman and Hexkins. Good to see X-Force 1 has landed. Humberto Gonzalez from sunny Miami, crypto capital of the USA. I love that, Humberto. Indeed. Christian says, let's go Pulsechain. I need Pulse and PulseX. I know we all want more. Hey, look, this is the thing, right? I went through that the other day on the video live stream that we did, how the sacrifices, we went through that, and how it was almost 3.5 to 1. PulseX people coming in, and many people were wanting Pulse. A lot of people with Pulse, not some of the larger accounts, because they, we're expecting some of them to dump. They always do. It's a fair expectation. But a lot of retail that sacrifice a Pulse, many of them want to pick up more Pulse. They want to pick up more PulseX. So I think we're going to get a decent buying just from that. But of course, everyone that came from PulseX, many of them wanted to get Pulse. And some of them may have changed their mind now because the tokenomics has changed a little bit. With the proof of stake, obviously we're hoping that once the Gwei level gets up over time, and I'm actually going to look to do a video on congestion in the market for Pulsechain, but I think that's going to be pretty cool as well. So I've got a Pulsex one coming out today. We're going to be doing a congestion one for Pulsechain, and of course we're also going to be looking at doing. What's the third one? I'm doing a third one. Stay tuned for that because it's going to come just once I remember what that is. Any bullish news today? So check my pulse. Yeah, Coast is the big bullish news today. We're going to talk about that. Humberto Gonzalez says, smash that like button for Superman. Appreciate your tenacity during the bear market. Thank you, Superman. Says Humberto. Hey, you're welcome, man. It is a pleasure. Hex Hoddles in the house. CFTC and Department of Justice, just like the SEC, are full of it. That is true. They all are in the same camp almost. There's a little bit of variation, but not much. They should join forces with Mr. Musk. Yes. Displays ZZZ. Pulsechain to dump 90% in the first few days. Says Pulse displays ZZZ. And, of course, Tintop in the house there. What's up, Tintop? Good to see Tintop. Tintop has just joined our Discord, Hex Token Discord. And, of course, is been made a moderator straight away because he's that awesome. So great to have Tintop in the house for that. Really do appreciate it. Look forward to your engagement because Discords and Telegram, they're all about engagement. So it's really, really cool. Hey, one thing I was going to say about some of the Twitter spaces that Hexkins are holding on Twitter Space, some of them are really, really negative. And as you know, there's a no drama channel. But I would like to encourage everybody over on Twitter. There's different influencers over there. Some of them are the same as YouTubers. There's crossovers for some of them if they have big Twitter influencer accounts. But it's really negative along those discussions. They sound so bad. I've dropped into a couple. I can't last more than a minute dropping into some of those Twitter spaces. They're just so negative. Dudes, if you're going to encourage people to join the community, really stop the negative stuff. And I know there's always some rogue people out there, but it's actually some of the people running, some of the big influencers and people that are in there that are actually causing a lot of the negative stuff. So, hey, look, if you want to grow the market and the community, then you need to, tone it down is what I would say. So that's my food for thought for the day. So anyway, let's move on. Brian's in the house here, one of our 2 community leaders. What's up, folks? Good to see you, Brian. Humberto as well says rough day today in the crypto world, but our Hex family has nothing to worry about. Woohoo! I like that, Humberto. Hex dumped over 9% for a month and then won 10,000 Hex. Hex huddle. Nice little insight there. And Get Hex says, hey all, good to see you. Get Hex as always. I think we're up to date. We're up to 12 minutes on the intro. Wow, but we did answer some questions, so I guess it was worth it. Brendan's in the house as well. Morning, folks. Good to see you, Brendan, as always. Hexworth1 says, I don't bother with Twitter spaces. I'd rather watch quality content like you. Hey, Hexworth1, appreciate that for sure. And look, hey, we have the Discord, Hex Token Discord. We have such a positive community in there. People, there's a lot of freedom in there. We try to keep it as free as possible, and because we like freedom on this channel. And you can get into, if you like good conversation, we have an audio chat in there. People get in there, and we've had a lot more of those lately, which has been really cool. And people just getting to share what their thoughts and things on crypto and life and stuff like that. And there's something for everybody there. So do encourage you to get on there. It is really, really cool. We've got lots of cool people to help you as well. Community leaders, community moderators, and of course, community members are pretty awesome too. So definitely check it out. All right. There's lots of onboarding tools in there too. All right, let's go for it. Let's get into it. Stock market. Stock market today, down, losses accelerated, closed down more than 600 points. Remember, we've had a bit of a January rally, right? So last week was very green. This week's decided to be red. I said this is what happens in the markets. And of course, we expected to see that at the end of last year and this year as well. That being said, we've had a very nice little January rally so far. But of course, we're going to have the issues of recession. We're going to have the issues of earnings season with higher interest rates. They will play their part as we move into this year. That will be the theme. So just don't be shocked by that. That's going to create volatility. 1 week will be up, next week will be down, that sort of stuff. So that is definitely in the game. All right, let's have a look here. Dow Jones Industrials, top 30 industrials in the United States, down 1.8%. So a pretty significant day today. Yesterday was kind of a bit of a lead into today, wasn't it? And of course, 613 points there, down to 33,296. The S&P 500 is down 1.5% at 62 points, down to 3,928. So just down a bit further there. NASDAQ with all the tech companies in it is down 1.24%, which is not so bad. And of course, that's down 138 points, down to 10,957, just dropping below that 11,000 mark on NASDAQ. We've got the US dollar there. It says it's a bit flat here. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's at 102.14. Let's jump to the commodities. And we've got Brent oil there down 1.75%, $1.50 down to $84.42. And we've got West Texas there is down slightly at $79.40. That's on play there. Looking at gold. Gold is up $1.20 to $907. And of course, the silver there is down 2%, down 48 cents, down to $23.58 there. So that is the place there. Now, obviously, if the Fed pivots, the US dollar tanks, then these are probably going to rally these commodities, and that's what's expected, what would be expected. Kiyosaki, of course, I talked about this in the past. It's talked about a 5 to 25x if the US dollar pivots in that way. So that's a scenario that may play out in the future. We will see. Anyway, so we got the US stocks accelerated losses heading into the close of trading on Wednesday as investors studied data that showed the economy was cooling. So this is good for the Fed. This is good news for us, and I think it's better news overall for the time being that is occurring. The downward move weighed on what had been a January rally, and of course the S&P is up 3% so far this month. The Nasdaq is up 5%. The Dow, however, with all the industrials, has been lagging, just up 1%. So that's kind of the rally up to this point, at least. The Federal Reserve's beige book, periodic report on economic conditions throughout its 12 districts, said price growth is expected to moderate through here, though there won't be much economic growth for the next few months there. As expected to moderate, though there won't be much economic growth for the next few months. That's kind of leading us into that kind of recession theme. Retail sales for December fell more than expected. So obviously, let's have a look at that. That's down 1.1% versus a negative forecast of 0.8%. So that was bigger. The previous one was net down 1%. So retail sales dropping, giving investors hope that interest rate increases by the Federal Reserve wouldn't have to be as aggressive as they were last year. Obviously, we had pretty strong ones last year with 450 basis points rises, and a very, compared to previous Fed tightening, that was very steep and very fast was the rate hikes. So if you've seen a chart of that, you'll see other times that the Fed has been restrictive. They've been much flatter and slower, but this was last year was very fast. And why was that? Probably because they were the fools, and I say fools, the fools there at the Federal Reserve were saying that it was going to be transitory, right? And so was the administrationists, right? So the transitory inflation, of course, everybody else that was at least more on the, let's say, right of center was saying no, and they were right? So they were right. Surprise there. Giving investors hope that the interest rate increases by Federal Reserves wouldn't have to be as aggressive as they were last year. Holiday sales rose 5.3%, but came below analyst expectations. The market has already been betting that the Fed's next rate move would be smaller than the moves it made last year, with the expectation being a 0.25% point rate in February. So let's have a look at that. So we've got 70% of people think it's going to be moving up to 4.5 to 7.5%. So 25 basis point hike from here in February. And of course, February the 1st is the meeting time, February the 1st. So that's pretty close, right? And of course, 29% think that's going to stay the same. So that's actually really tapered off that expectation there. So that's probably what we're expecting, 25 basis points. And if the Fed came in suddenly with 50 basis points, that would be so bad. The market would really see some major tanks from that. It would be pretty volatile. We might see some. I don't know whether we're going to get into the days where the market does 5% in the stock market, does 5% crash, 7% crash. That's some serious days when it does that. It means you're going to get contagion from that. That's a pretty scary time when the market decides to shed that much value off the market. So I don't know whether that will cause that, but certainly wouldn't be good. Adding to the hope that inflation is waning, producer prices also rose less than expected for the year. So that's good as well, right? That is kind of the highlight there. All I was going to say is Microsoft Corporation shares fell 1.9% after it said it was cutting 10,000 jobs, taking a $1.2 billion charge as it braces for slower revenue growth. So it's definitely got slower revenue growth. Obviously, still facing a decent amount of inflation. I would suggest that these corporations in particular are quite fat and over heavy. If you've ever seen videos of employees working at these top leftist activist tech companies, they live the dream, man. They live the dream. They tell everybody else that they can't have any freedom and all this and stuff, and yet these guys live the dream. Go watch some of these videos of staff that work at these companies. It's unbelievable what they get to do. They have big campuses. They get to live almost in a utopia. And of course, I don't know when they're doing any work, because most of the time when they do these videos, they're off having fun. And they go, and then we went back to work, they say, and we worked on this project. And then we went and did this activity, and then this activity, and this activity, from yoga through to restaurants. I mean, it was this crazy stuff there, to the ice cream shop. You think they're at Disneyland, and then these are same plonkers trying to oppress us with all their crap. So go figure. Go watch them. They're really amusing. Sadly amusing, I would say. Let's jump over to crypto. And of course, we've got BTC is down 2.18%. Was looking really good last night before I turned in for the evening. It was at like 21,300, that sort of thing. It was down at 20,700, down 2.18%. Ether at 1522. That was up at about 1560, 1570 yesterday, down 3% there. BNB down 4%. It was over $300 if you remember, at the 287. The rest of the market's really worse. Solana had a really good move, right? That's down 9.3. DOT down 5.3. AVAX down 7.44. VET down 7. Look at these, all of them down pretty seriously there on those ones. The stable coins are back to being pegged. Remember, they've been unpegged pretty much just slightly below $1 for about 10 days. And it looks like they're back at peg now. People moving to safety, valuing these up more. It's a bit weird, but that's what happens as well. SHIB there is, however, up 5.74%. That is crazy. But welcome to meme world. That is the ultimate meme coin there. That is actually up as well. Matic is down 5.8% at 94 cents. What else is going on there? We've got Mana, which is the metaverse. Remember, this had a nice little rally. That is down 7.6%. Yeah, so you can see lots of others are also in a similar place there. Crow for crypto.com is down almost 10% at 7 cents as well. So there we are. There's some of the charts there. Not surprising. Let's hope that it slows down. Really don't want this to capitulate. If you want to have good times moving ahead, then if these decide to capitulate here, particularly a BTC breaking 19,500, the old 200-day moving average approximately, don't really want to see that. So let's hope that this is just a little bit of moving around here and there after having a nice little push higher. We will see. That is pretty much it. Let's have a look at some of the crypto news. We had US charges crypto exchange Bits Slato, I've never even heard of it, with laundering $700 million. And authorities have accused the little known platform of laundering funds tied to illicit Russian finance and have arrested its founder. So if you're in the line of fire for that, then you know the U.S. Justice Department and Treasury Department will be after you. Now, sometimes I'm we just don't know, right? Sometimes I'm doubtful about certain things that come out of these departments because some of they're quite corrupt in many ways. But maybe this one's legit. We'll see. It sort of has some of the avenue, but you can make up your own mind. That is it. I'm not going to go through this article, but basically that's what happened there. And they're trying to tie that through. Now, it may be legit, may not be legit. Just the way it goes with these departments now. So we got Skybridge Capital founder. The time to invest in crypto is now. This is Anthony Scaramucci. So if you follow politics, he's also into investments. Says long-term investors should keep a 3 to 5 year time frame and ignore day-to-day price movements. And of course, he's pretty bullish on crypto, so he's not going anywhere with that. Speaking to CoinDesk, first mover from the World Economic Forum, boo. These are the people that think that they control the world, want to control it, and they're actually getting closer and closer to absolute power. So that's why everybody else needs to wake up and push back on these fascists. I'm encouraged people to invest now, says Scaramucci. We're closer to the bottom than we are to the top. So I thought that was a pretty good mention there. We're closer to the bottom than we're closer to the top. I think we can all appreciate that. And of course, Scaramucci's firm, which has $2.2 billion in assets under management, had a 45 million tie to failed crypto exchange FTX. So they did get hit by that. And when founder Sam Bankman-Fried bought an estimated 30% stake, according to Scaramucci, Skybridge then bought $10 million worth of FTX native token FTT, which it later sold at an estimated $9.6 million loss. He did not say when the FTT was sold. Now, Skybridge is now considering whether to buy back its shares from the failed FTX. Scaramucci said he hopes his company will hope to do that by the middle of this year, even though he said Bankman-Fried never affected the way the Skybridge business was run. What FTX's bankruptcy proceedings continue? Scaramucci said his company is not doing anything but moving forward. And of course, Bankman-Fried turned out to be a fraud. Scaramucci said he isn't going to blame him for the woes of Skybridge or the cryptocurrency markets. So there we are. History, he says, may not repeat itself exactly, but you know, and I both know that it rhymes, and there are no new stories. They're just remixes of past stories, he says. Nevertheless, Scaramucci said he is very optimistic about the cryptocurrency space. We're very bullish, he says. I don't think you can predict these markets in the short term. So there we are. They've got a pretty decent capital layer there, 2.2 billion fund, and bullish on crypto. So, the money's staying around, isn't it? The money's staying around there with some of these more speculative investment firms. So that was kind of cool story. I thought we'd finish on that with the old crypto. So let's jump away from here, and we're going to get into Hex quickly. Stay tuned for later on. Of course, we're going to get into Coast, which is kind of the bigger news for the day. We're going to get into the Hex chart. But before we do that, let's catch up on the chats. I've probably got a few more jumped in there. Let's see who is arrived. Let me just get rid of the trades. We're going to add the right hand. That's what we're going to do there. Let me see. Where are we up to here? Hexotter says, I haven't logged into Twitter since like June. Tindot says, yeah, get in there. Lots of onboarding tools. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hexotter says, I selectively check out some Twitter, but not log in or post or participate. Only if Pulsechain launches at zero, though, you pay zero tax as it's free, says Displays EZ. Groot's in the house there. Yeah, with regarding to tax, it's always good to get professional tax advice. Now, a lot of the tax professionals may not have come across the Sacrifice project process, so they may have to spend a bit more time thinking about it. But just remember that every jurisdiction is different as well. Obviously, YouTubers are not tax advisors, even if they're accountants or approved tax. You really should go to someone in your own jurisdiction. Just remember that too. Groot says, yo, Superman, good to see you, Groot. Exile says, Twitter is full of itself. QQ says, looks like the crash on all markets is coming. That's definitely, well, I don't know about that. I just really think that it could be a slow bleed. It depends on if the Fed doesn't, if the Fed stops raising its terminal rate, that's good news for the markets. That's undeniably good news. Now, then what will the market look for? They'll look for how is that terminal rate impacting the markets, what's happening with consumption, manufacturing, with the real economy, and how is that flowing into particularly the stock market with their earnings and costs and things like that. So I think that's kind of a slower burn, but that will definitely create volatility in the future. It's kind of where I feel that it will probably go, because I think things are turning out to be slightly better at this stage. Obviously, we get disappointed in February, then we're back into we're back into your scenario. We're back into this sort of thing there. So yeah, I know that a lot of people were forecasting another say 25% on the S&P 500 down like last year, but we'll see. So far, it's a little bit more positive. Bull run, positive, bear run, negative makes sense why people act that way. Sandy Beach in the house. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see Sandy Beach. We got Mix in the house as well. Greed, Superman, spaces can be rough. We pros that all must speak in a medieval accents to avoid drama and promote conversations. Yeah. Umberto says the most important asset we have is our Hex community. We need to protect that at all costs. The Futters days are numbered. Stay strong, Hex family. Yeah, that's right. Well, hopefully, that's why we're on no drama channel, and one of the reasons is we want people that are new to the Hex to feel like comfortable in the Hex system, right? We're a family channel and no drama channel, and we want people to feel welcome, and that's just probably the best way forward in terms of growing. If you're negative all the time and being nasty and up against other communities, really doesn't create a good environment. Really just doesn't. Accounting for inflation, gold is actually down. All-time high was over 10 years ago, says Hexoddle. Let me jump through some of that. I'm just going to jump through them. Let's see there. Hit up the likes for content every day with Superman, says Group. Nice one. And Bob's in the house there. Hello, everybody. Good to see Bob. Hardy Hexalorian says it well. Kick the WF out of the world. Devilish. Yeah, they definitely are. Rango's in the house there. Hey, all. Good to see you. Thinking of this, there was a news story coming out in New Zealand today. They're trying to change. They want to add to the school curriculum to have a topic on disinformation, and this was coming from the very people that are the masters of disinformation that were talking about the story, and then they used propaganda pieces to do the whole broadcast. It was just sickening, really. Humberto's in the house there. Come on, guys, let's smash that like button. Superman has been motivation for us community through this tough time. Smash the likes, definitely do that. What else there? We'll just jump through some of this. Michael says we are the champions, says Michael. Definitely is the case. Hey, Matt and Barley says family channel community. That's true. QQ says I hope we go up. Had a big dump though, and DXY probably reversing. Also, even with a pivot, rates will stay high for a while. More time to save. Yeah, I think the market can handle 5%, but it'll still be in the play. Looks like we've had a breakdown here of the Hex prices now. I don't know why they just like to sell down on each other. And of course, here we are at 2.4. Now, when the Hex price is going up, we have a lot of speculators come in. So if you watch some of the trades, we get some large funds with speculators. At the moment, of course, we've got some of them probably exiting here at the moment, as you can see. We're broken down through all these strengths here. This is the 4-hourly chart, just to give you context, 4-hourly chart there. And we've just been breaking it down through the last 12 hours, in particular, last 12, even 16, if you take the first one there. We've been breaking down through that. Now, we have just rolled over a new day, so we've got a brand new candle. It's green at the moment. Let's hope it stays green. But let's go to the last 24 hours. So we've had 261 buys versus 193 sells. 57% is the buy volume. So we've had dominate there, but the sell volume is reversed. So we've got 58% sell volume, 2.1 million versus 1.6 million on Hex's top trading pair. We're down to 2.46 cents, sorry. I'm trying to say many things at once there. We're down to 2.4 cents is what I'm trying to say there. And that is where we are at the stage. We've had the last 6 hours, particularly the sell volume, particularly on the bad side there, 73% sell volume. And, a lot of them are probably speculators or people trying to preserve their capital that they're speculating with. And so they sell down. And then we got the last hour there down 162,000 versus 45,000 buy volume. And that is 80%, almost 80% there. And you can see that in the candles. Now, obviously, we broke down through the support. We had this nice support. As soon as that broke down, it played out. And, of course, we dropped down through. We also had this nice little channel here that I had put in with the rationale that we had rejected here. And then we broke through that rejection here. And that is also gone as well. So those are all gone. And bang, off they go. We still have this upward resistance here. But now we've got this point here. Now, we did have horizontal support here as well. That looks like it's pretty much being challenged. I'm just trying to make sure that's accurate. That's pretty much challenged. If we don't bounce off here now, then, man, we could see some further bleed out here as well. So we're down 10.36% over the last 24 hours in this play here as well. Obviously, with Bitcoin pulling down, with the markets decide to sell off too. So that's pretty much what's happened with this chart. So we'll see where we stop. At the moment, it's broke down through there, which means we could, if it keeps going just a little bit more, you can pretty much bet your bottom dollar it's going to go down further here, just the way it goes. Now, we'll get down to about 2.25. That's kind of where I have here. We've got some support in here. This is all pretty weak support, but we've still got that there, which was a previous support, and maybe we'll get that as well. Obviously, the gap between the top and the bottom is bigger, so that's why I call it weak support. But that is kind of where we may end up going. Now, obviously, we hope the price goes up, but hey, when the price is down, then you can get more volume with your price. Pretty much it. So people are selling the Hex so that you can buy more of it. Think of it that way. People are selling the Hex, you can buy more of it. So that is on that one. Let's have a look at the RSI. This is on the 4-hourly chart, remember? So the RSI just not quite oversold on the RSI here on 4 hour, but down at 37. Let's have a look at the daily quickly. Have a look at this. The daily is RSI is sitting at 50, right in the middle. So neither overbought or oversold, right sitting plunk in the middle there on the RSI. So we'll have to keep watching that over the next few hours. 2.4 cents. And let's have a look at the people that are selling. These are the people selling here. So this guy here, this one here, 83,000, 3.4 million, 48,000, 1.2 million there, Hex. So these are some of the people that are selling this down. We're still getting a lot of little retail buys, but no significant buyers. We had a couple come in here as well. We had a couple of decent buys in here, but then, of course, getting oversold there in that one. So a bit of give and flow. But at the moment, the sellers are beating out the buyers. We'll see where we head off there. It would be pretty nice to protect this 2.4 cent mark and bounce off there. That'd be a pretty good scenario. But, of course, the probability is probably in favor of a slightly further breakdown, maybe to 2.25. We will see if this breaks, if this line breaks here, this horizontal support, which looks like it's, on the precipice of that, as you can see. So that's where it is. Let's have a look at the whale bot. We've got 20 million Hex staked for 233 days. And so that is 22 hours ago. And that's nice to see. Nice to see people using the Hex stakes there. And, of course, 49.5 million in stake. We got 1.5 million penalties from this one. That was pretty cool, 21 hours ago. So that's if you're Hex staking with T-shares. Check out hex.com in the video description. And make sure you do your own investment due diligence, however. Nothing on this channel is investment advice. Then you will, you'll get a good deal. If you have any questions, get into our Discord, of course. So we've got some beautiful penalties there. You basically stake your Hex. You get T-shares. That's part of the ownership pool for the reward pool of Hex. And the Hex payout's pretty juicy when we get these big penalties. These are people that stake but didn't keep the responsibilities, and they get penalized for it. And 50% of that goes to us as stakers. The other 50% goes to the origin count. Penalty 707,000 Hex there. This one's a bit weird. 1,560 days, 998. So they decided to exit early here. Just the way it goes. Always fun to look at these guys. Thank you very much. Most people are thanking them because there is a bit of the truth engine in there, those penalties, to try and keep people to keep to their commitments. Now, we got 6.2 million there, just bought 6 hours ago for 161,000. We had 60,000 Hex there staked for 124 days. So it's pretty nice. That's pretty much the highlights there for the Hex whale bot. Now we're going to get into some speculation. Do you guys want some speculation? I think so. If you've stayed this long during the live stream, then we're going to have a bit of fun here. We're going to get into the goodness. You're going to like this. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. A really good time. All right. Before we do that, let's get into some of the comments. We've got a few more. Sandy says, I bought another crypto laptop. I'll set it up this weekend. Thanks to Papa B for letting me know which brands are good. Nice one, Sandy Beach. Maybe you could share that on the Discord, Sandy. That'd be nice. QQ says, can you draw a line under those low points for Hex? I think it's writing a support right now. Let me know in the chat there. It's hard to do it on live stream, QQ, but maybe let me know on Discord. Use a passphrase for each new wallet. I always recommend. I'm going to do that, says Sandy. Yeah, good wallet says safety there. Let's jump through that. Let's going to jump through some of this as well. All right, cool. All right, let's get into it. So here is the global stakes for Hex. And, of course, we've got these short stakers, all these short stakers here. Look at them all. We've got candles here, 466 million. We've got one here on the 1st of February, 489 million. These are kind of the bigger ones there. We obviously got the Hex Godwell here on the 14th. Look at this thing, massive 2.2 billion, plus probably a few other things in there. I can't remember exactly what that was, but it was pretty much up there. And we have not too bad heading out here in the first 45 days. So what's the date today? That'll be 30. So, it's probably out to here. So if we take all to this period just in here with all these bigger candles, you can see it sort of flattens off after this. After we get into March here, it flattens off. And this actual future looks way better, right? So it looks, if you'd seen the previous years, we used to have billion candles all over the place and stuff like that. So this is all what we call the front of the wave, at least on this channel. And we have a lot of these large holders that short stake, and they either scrape the interest and sell it for income, or and then restake, or they just short stake, keep that liquidity optionality in case the price pumps or something, and then they just accumulate the interest. So some people are doing that as well. So there's two options what they do. Let's have a quick look at your friend Somi. He did something very cool. I was going to do this myself, but he did it. So why should I do it if he's done it, right? Yeah, totally cool. Totally cool. Save me time. But he's done this here cool Hex stacks. He goes 3.5 billion Hex rotate short-term stakes. That's approximately less than 45 days. So we can see that here. That's these guys in here. We're excluding the Hex Godwell there, of course, which was a one-off that came in there. But the rest of them there. So that's kind of cool. He goes, so 29 million Hex yield paid monthly based on these. And, of course, these are these large rolling stakes here. That's $1.4 million US at the time he did the price. The average person buys $1,600. So if you wonder what the average is there. So 875 people to cover the Hex payout of these large holders. So that's sort of the growth that you need. However, he's saying that Hex onboards about 600 people weekly, and so it's still net positive. So what's that, 2,400 versus 875? So it's still net positive from that point of view. That's with the interest characteristics as well. So I thought that was pretty cool there as well. So we've got the Hex holders climbing up here. The Hex stakers in here as well. And the total Hex holders as also. So I thought that was a pretty cool little bit of alpha there from your friend Somi. And it does reflect how much you've got to offset these short-term stakers. But here's where the fun begins. You thought that was good? Here is where the fun begins. We're going to get into it. Hey, did someone say something? Chart just comes down? No way. Oh, you plonker. Oh, my goodness. Someone just dumped it. 296,000, 13.4 million Hex. And there we are, folks. We're down to 2.187. Oh, my goodness. What a plonker that one is. Man, oh, man, oh, man. That's just wrecking our chart. That's why I get annoyed with that. Let's have a look here. So he's still got, oh, man, it's a whale. It's got 113 million Hex. I'm not sure, just trying to think of the count here. DD1A. Well, we know DD1A. We've seen this before. 113 million Hex in there. What did he just pull out there? I'm not even sure it's the right count. MEV bot there. So anyway, wow. Okay, so cool. I'm not sure exactly what count that is, but that is the play out there. We've had this 296. We've got all this buying coming in. 27,000, 13, 14, 14, 9.5, 21. We need a bit more than that, though. We need a whole ton more of these to absorb that rate shock there. 2.137 is where we got to. So that just broke all the commentary. I thought about 2.25. And, of course, we didn't expect this chart can be impacted by the large sellers. But that was pretty heavy in there. and we're back up to 2.2 on the price chart. So that's completely changed the Hex price chart now. We'll have to talk about that tomorrow, see how it gets on. 13.4 million Hex just on the top here, but of course a lot more than that was traded out by this account. All right, so cool. They got tons of it from the looks of it. So we'll see what happens there. All right, you saw that live here on Hex Token. That's just the way it goes. It's kind of so big that it's interrupting what we're going to talk about. That's kind of crazy there. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get rid of the. Let's have a look here. We have to talk about this price chart for a little bit longer because we need a lot of capital flow in there. There's another one selling there, 2.21. Another. Are you kidding me? He's going all out. He's dumping all out, is he? Oh my gosh, he's going to dump it all? Oh, what a prick. What a prick. Excuse the language. Family channel. He's got a massive amount of Hex in here. This is a massive, oh my gosh, he's not going to dump all of it. Oh, you plonker, man. Oh my gosh. 130, he's hit 113. My goodness, this is unbelievable. Live here on Hex Token channel. And of course, I can't believe it. Oh my God. What a plonker. Let's keep to the family language channel. What a plonker. He's down to 2.3 million. If you're watching, you're a plonker. This is wrecking our chart, man. Honestly. This is going to be interesting. What buying power will we see come in to try and buy this back up? That's going to be pretty interesting to see that. We're at 2.149 cents. It is a nice buying there. Let's get rid of the thing there. Everyone's buying in, but of course he's selling, dumping again. I'd love to know who this person is. That'd be really interesting. Have seen that account before, I'm sure of it. I just can't recall straight off the bat there, DD1A. Don't know if Hex Hot or somebody recalls this account. Let us know if you remember it. Let's go in there. 12 million just sold. Hex Hot was just coming in. Yeah, 20 million dumped. That was the first one. Policy is a feature, not a bug, apparently. Yep, another dump. Man, oh man, over 30 million just now, says Hex Hot. Reckless OG dumping. Just remember that. It's kind of a weird time to do it. It's kind of weird. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. 50 million Hex just jumped the past couple of minutes. 1 inch is ready, says Bob. Yeah. Crypto doing the crypto things is true. Free speech. Thank you. He got some dry powder right here, says Modern. Yeah. What's a plunker? A plunker? Oh, it's a bit like a dork. You know, it's a lazy word there. Someone needs a new Rolex. Yeah. The more they dump, the more we buy. Dry powder is a better. Yeah, well, this is the thing. We're going to see how much buying power we've got. We're down to 2.165 cents. We're still not getting enough buying in to offset this massive exit here. And he's got tons of powder. He's got tons of powder to go if he's going to dump a whole lot. My goodness, he's going to take us down really low if he does that. Let's have a look here. So what surprising behavior. So we had, it's got 93.2 million left. But man, sell is down there. You can see all of this, 12 million, 7 million, 1 million, 20 million, 20 million. That is, once that counts that, I'm not sure what count that is. Let's have a look. 12 million. Man, oh man. Whew. Hot dog live on this Hex Token channel. Who would have believed? I did not orchestrate that. Okay, so we're going to come back to that. We are seeing how much power does the market have at the moment. We're at 2.165 is the price there. Man, that just has tanked. And that's on top of the crypto pullback. And now we had a big whale sell on top. So 2 whammies in one day. Could you believe it? What's the chances there? We're down to down 22% at the moment. Let's have a look at this on the hourly chart now. We have to look at this on the hourly. That is the cards there on the hourly chart. Man, oh man, that is some crazy stuff right there. And we're going to we are in the oversold territory in the hourly, if that means anything. There we are. So that is kind of there, 2.054 cents at the moment. Man, oh man. Yeah, that's a good deal for somebody. Absolutely wrecked the chart. All the stuff we did there is played off now. Now, obviously, we've got talking about support. We've got the support down here at just around 2 cents. So we really need to hold this line. Otherwise, we're going to break that down too. But hey, look, this is a special event. and we're just going to have to see whether the market can push it back up here at the moment. So, man, this guy could keep dumping for ages if he wanted to. He's going to, he does some more. He's done some more there, 20 million, another 20 million. OMG, he's completely exiting. My goodness gracious me. That is unbelievable. Here live on Hex Token channel. Can you believe it? There is the chart there, 2.68 is the way we're going. And, of course, let's have a look at the stuff there. 337,000 at 16.2, just as the top trading pair. And it is getting hammered at the moment. Let's see all the buying's coming in. How good is the buying going to be? This is a test of Hex's buying power of the community. I can't believe this is happening live during Hex Token live show. This is absolutely wrecking my content for the day. I did not expect this to play out. But hey, look, it's happening. It's happening in real time. Buy the dip, says Wait Dog. Jack, stop it, says Matt and Barley. I don't know if Jack's in that at all. You got to think, what do these big holders know that they are waiting for every pump to dump? I don't know why the dumper's dumping out the whole bag. Seriously, are they going to buy a mansion or something? What are they doing? Who knows? No problem. We'll bounce back, says Crypto T. Dollar cost average day today. Yeah, if you've been waiting, this is a chance of a lifetime here for the old Hexy. Man, I wish I could buy all that up, says Tufon. Yeah, so I'm sure there's lots of people trying to buy that up at the moment, scammering over the computer. And some people will miss out of it, right? Some people will not be at the computer, but maybe it'll still be there later on. So here we are at 23,000. We're getting people to come in. But this guy here has got plenty more to dump. It looks like he's going to go all out, doesn't it? It does look that way. He looks like he's just going all out here. He's going to let it full up, right? Let it full up. And then he's going to empty the bucket again. That's what rinse and repeat. So there we are. We've seen that already. So look what he's doing here. So let me just get to the first one there. It's the first one. I think this is the first one here. Is that the first one? Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the first one there. So sell and then let it full up. So it's fulling up. Sell and then full up, sell, full up there. And then, of course, sell again, let it full up again, and get a higher price. So it's a redistribution going on here. But so far, we're happening at 2.1 cents is the price at the moment. So that is where we are. Let's refresh, see where he's at to. 73 million Hex still left at $1.6 million that the market would have to absorb, give or take the price slippage. That is pretty crazy. This price is still sitting at 2.2 here on the Ether scan, so it's still higher than what the actual market is, so it's slightly lower than that. We're back up to 2.1 cents. Unbelievable. Man, if we got a bounce back from this back to 2.4, something like that, that'd be pretty incredible. We will see. Hex Hodl says he has LP positions in place. And who else is around? Let me just... I wonder if he's a member of the Hex Token. Lol. Blockins says, Matt. That's funny, man. Well, who else is here? Let's go through some of the comments. Apologize for not getting through all the comments. As I was distracted by this chart, as you guys can understand. Beauty, I'm buying, says QQ. Nice. These price points are still profitable for many who were early. Of course, they are. Mixed. It does not necessarily mean the exit system. Well, this is a particularly big holder, though. This is a particularly big holder, mixed. If I say give or take, there's 15 billion in the public supply. A lot of it's held by Hex Godwell, Overwatch, Rack and Michelle, people like that. But there's also large holders like this. This is a particularly large holder. Yeah, it's an interesting play there. 2.1 cents is the price. So he can't wait to mid-May 2024. What a plunker. Yeah, that's it. And that's the latest phrase here, plunker. If you're not used to that elsewhere. What a plunker. I wonder if he's a member of Hex Token. Yeah, I think we talked about that too. Another 20 million. Yeah, unbelievable, isn't it? Buy the dip. Enigma says, you got to think, what do these big holders know that they wait for that pump? I don't know if the big holder knows anything. It's you're sort of saying, is it in Richard's inner circle? It was know something. That's kind of really conspiracy theory. I think it's more the fact that maybe they've got other goals, investment goals that they've got. Maybe they saw the price slipping a bit. But I gather maybe they've got something else that they want to do. It's kind of where they feel. You could follow the money trail Let's have a look at the wallet, and it's still at 73.2. It's slowed down for the time being. Maybe it doesn't want to hemorrhage the market too much and let see that the price is going to come back up before it makes another go. I think that we're probably all we've got to absorb millions of dollars emptying the pool, right? Millions of dollars going out of the pool. Let's pull up the old right here and see we've got 1.5 million USDC in the pool there. So that's a lot of slippage that's going to have even across all the full pools. So they're going to try and drain the USD pool there. But that is dramatic. What a day. What a day. 2.14. It's going to be crazy. Now, the best time, of course, to actually push back on the seller like this is to have the market, put a lot of buying in to get that price pushed up. We'll see how we get on there. So far, the low is 2.054. We're currently at 2.124. Wow. All right. What else we got there? No problem. It will bounce back. Says Crypto T. What else there were? Andrew says, can I borrow some dollars? I need to buy some more Hex in a hurry. Swapping to Zen, says Wait Dog. No, that wouldn't be a good idea. Yeah, that wouldn't be a good idea at this time. Hex Token says the wallet is related to DO1. It is related to DO1. No surprises there. Now, I think these wallets need more investigation. Hex Token. DO1 is well known. It's the same dumper. Yeah, well, it's like it's probably well worth following where this Hex is coming through from there in terms of those wallets. Crypto T says minting more Zen after watching the KSB, guys, says Crypto T. Gabriel says, if only we had a Fiat Onramp. Here, we're going to talk about that, hopefully. Wonder what he paid for his Hex. Not sure. Definitely not Jack. DO1 is. DO1's been dumping for over 2 years, says Hex Token. Ignumber says, if a chance to buy, if you have nothing, if you have all the Hex has dumped, might be better to wait for reversal. People know Pulsechain V3 may take a few months, says Enigma. Just sold over 100 million. Yep. Now less than 70. Yep. Why is he selling? I would just hold. There's probably a strategic reason for him to be selling. Shane how's that great buying? Super. Our Prime Minister is stepping down in February. A live announcement now. Really? That's good news. But what other devilish people in the Labour Party are going to be taking her place? But that is good news. But hey, look, there's some worse people in our government. Like Little is probably the most toxic out of all of them. He's still around. But that's good news, Shano. I'll have a look at that. Tufon says, it also reminds you of how hard Hex can pump once big money starts to roll back in. Yeah, we're at 2.15 at the moment. Mix says, it's Brian. He said he was making a smoothie. Yeah. It's good he is dumping at the bottom. It's painful if he's doing a favor. He is. That's right. So that's a really good observation. The fact that he's dumping down at this price level, much better than him trying to dump down at 10 cents or 15 cents or something like that, or even higher. They're mad Pulsechain taking so long, says White Dog. Humberto says this. Oh, heck, we just got another sale. Oh my gosh, below 2 cents, folks. We're down to 53. He's going all out with this, man. Crazy. Oh my gosh, what a punishing day. What a punishing day. My goodness. Wow. 1.996 cents, folks. Crazy, man. But we want them out. We want them out, folks. You want them out. That's all I can say. You're going to talk about Coast, says Regular. I am going to talk about that, but we've got this special event on Hex at the moment that was not planned, so we will be covering it, that's for sure. People know RH want pump the price. He said something like, let the lettuce hand sell in a tweet. We know he doesn't care about how it goes. That's true. He just wants people to get out at the bottom. My birthday tomorrow, 53. I accept cash to buy the tips, says Matt. That's funny. He can put it easy with an LP position. That's true, Regular. That is true. So he can do that too. So that's a strategy they could do. Got Hex and other accounts. You sell the US dollar, you put it with that, and then you just roll over the fees. That's definitely a play there. Another 20 million. Yep. Let him get it all out. Let everyone get out so we can go up. Yeah. So people will be watching where these funds are going, unless they exit through an exchange somewhere. Cameron says Justin Trudeau is very toxic. Prime Minister Canada. Hey, look, all those progressive socialist leaders are toxic. They're trying to take away our freedoms, and of course, we must stand up. if you want to, however you do that in terms of your local MP, your local politician, you need to push back because these guys have got a very bad plan for us. And if people don't stand up now, then they're going to be suffering. J-Man says, I love the beer, time to stack big bags. That price will be so low, so don't panic sell. Yeah. Well, there's the thing, you get contagion selling, right? Especially the small guys jump on with the big guys. When you buy the dip, it just keeps dipping. That's true. Bear markets are the best. Now, obviously, he's getting almost out there. I'm going to go, Hex, if you can trace through some of this, maybe some of the source of the stuff. I'd like to know where that came from. It may have just been sitting in a wallet for ages. It may have come out of a stake. And of course, it's rated a DO1, which we know as well. CC1A, I've seen that before too. So definitely let us know if you've got any insights into that. Kings Meadow says, I have a limit order for 1.75 cents. J-Man, the bear market don't last forever. Take advantage of it. We would go straight to 7 cents with public V3 announcement. That's probably true. That's kind of where we're heading. He's killing all the limit orders, lol, says QQ. He definitely is killing them. 2.055. And of course, let's pull up the trades here. Sorry, I was going to get into KOSA pretty quickly. I will race through the Hedron at KOSA. How we're doing for time, 56 minutes. I will race through that. So he's doing a let the tank fill up. So sell more and let it fill up. Bam, 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 bam. And of course, then he'll sell more there. The market, presumably, all the big players buying are looking at this account to see how much it's got left there. Pretty dramatic. Kind of a weird exit from before Pulsechain. I kind of find that weird, but so there must be either a liquidity play or some other investment agenda that they have decided to do there. And I'm not getting, there are more conspiracy theories. I'm not going to get into those, which could be possible plays. All right, we're going to wait for that. At the moment, Hex is at 2.084. The other thing, of course, is not only that big seller, but getting people that jump in on the bagwagon and they sell down too. That's where you get the contagion. Typically, a big whale like this might caught that. We haven't really seen that at this stage. Seen a couple based around them, but we've seen lots of strong buying in this range. That's kind of cool there. We'll see. We've got $1.5 million in the top pool. Let's jump over to the Hex there. I'm going to have to talk about this next time, am I? I'm not quite sure. Let's finish it off. We got this here. Now, we've got something very important happening here with the Hex God Whale. So Hex God Whale is coming up here. What's this going to do? This is when it stakes, it lowers the APY a bit and the payout. Even doing the short stake, because it's got a couple billion Hex. The other thing it's going to do is, of course, when it comes out, the days after, they're on the 16th, the share rate's going to jump by 600 per Hex. 600 Hex per T-share, sorry. And, of course, all these short whales here, and we talked about that, all the short whales with about 3.5 billion Hex, they're going to end up getting less shares and less T-shares in the pool after this. So they'll stake, if they restake when they come out, they restake. That's the last time they'll get the lower share rate. When they go to do it again, they'll be paying a much higher share rate on this, in terms of getting their T-shares. So that's a very significant event. So the only way they can adjust that is by doing it longer, staking longer, or they have to, add the interest in trying to compete there. Really, they're going to get diluted. So that's kind of the play there. Is it less likely that they'll sell the interest? That's the other play also. Now, what happens if the Hex God Whale keeps repeating this phenomena of short staking here? Is that going to be interesting? What happens if it does it again and again and again? That's kind of interesting behavior there. And then, of course, you can say, well, who's the Hex God Whale? Is the Hex God Whale in the inner circle? Obviously, there's lots of speculations about that, but you can decide yourself. But that's some pretty interesting play there. Pretty good if you got Hex, long-term Hex stakes. Just plays in your favor ultimately. Very interesting things happening in the space there. So some food for thoughts. Thought you guys might enjoy that. Let's jump back to the Hex price there. We're at 2.084. And the whale, let's have a look at the whale. It has still got 53 million Hex there, 1.2 million. But of course, that's the old price. As the price has slipped, it's still at 2.2 there. Etherscan takes a while to update. All right, so that is some of the interesting stuff there. I hope you guys like that. Hedron, let's have a quick look at that. Hedron is down at 1347. Also got sold down pretty much following Hex there from the looks of it. People may be swapping over to buy Hex with the Hedron as well. So that is a play. We've got, let's have a look. We're on the data here. So let's get rid of the trades. So we're down at 1347 here. we've broken down. And of course, let's have a look at the RSI. The RSI is down at 44, so just started to move down. But the DMI here has gone down below 25. If it stays that way, that is a broken of the buyers trend over sellers, and we see the sellers coming up there. So if that is not reversed in short order, that will probably be the case. Down 11%, similar to Hex was at the time, but of course Hex at the moment is now down 22%. It was 10% when we started the conversation. It is down 22% just in the last 30 minutes or so. It's crazy time, folks, crazy time. We've had 25 buys versus 38 sells, and the volume is 60% sell volume, 272,000 versus 184 on Hedron. Let's jump over to Icosa and the HSIs. We've got 4,242 HSIs in the liquidation queue that you can pull into the auction here on app.icosa.pro. And of course, in the auction itself, we have 36. So jump in the auctions today. We've only had like 10 to 12 the last couple of days. Definitely a big jump at the moment. Let's have a look for some of the bigger ones that are on there. We've got a couple 100,000 ones there, 300,000 Hex, 550,000 Hex, 66 T-shares. We've got some big ones here in the 200,000 range. That is kind of the highlights there. So something there, if that's something you'd like to look at, you can check it out for a bidding. Dev Huey, no update here, I don't think, on Watts today. We had the last update I did yesterday. Famous. Now we're going to get into Famous, but we're going to get the Famous updates because Famous has been building out their Fatty, Fatty.io wallet that you can put all the stuff in. And of course, we looked at that yesterday. And of course, they had added Hedron and Icosa into the portfolio, which is pretty cool. But they have upgraded that again today, and they have added Icosa staking in there, apparently. Improved HSI stats, better multi-chain selection, added a bunch of community tokens, BNBP, COM, TEX, and PLSB, etc. Faster history retrieve, and fixed some image loader error as well. More to come this week. So they're rapidly updating their Fatty.io site. So very cool on that. And of course, you can see that's public here on the demo there. So that is kind of cool. I'm going to post the link to this update if you want to check that out. Let's copy that link into there. So definitely check that out if you want to. So that is the update there for Famous and Fatty. And of course, a lot more tokens that you can see now on this as well. So it's kind of cool if you want to check that out. Cool. Let's jump away from that. We've got the highlight today. This was the standout before the live stream. Was Communist, with the worst name in the world. It's got for crypto had a nice rally yesterday. It got up to 2,270. It's currently at 1570. It's 15.27 at the moment. And of course, you can see the chart in action. Had a nice little rise here. Now this is still we're expecting to have a little bit of a pump in this, but this kind of did quite well over the last 24 hours. It was up quite a bit. Now it's down 3%. So things have reversed just during the live stream. So definitely not a Hex Token pump day today. Definitely not Hex Token pump day today. But that was the highlight before we've got this new chart. So this is a new daily chart. Yesterday was actually pretty impressive. It got to 227. Remember, a lot of the dolphins and squids can claim, and of course they can always dump down, and particularly the larger dolphins, larger squids can dump down on this with their free claim. Just take that into account when speculating on new charts like this. But it had a nice little rally before it decided to go down there. The other one, of course, is ASIC. This is the Pulsechain, Pulse Bitcoin ecosystem. This was down dramatically here. The asset token is at $1.70. This is what you need to mine Pulse Bitcoin. This is down. So this was our down day. So Communist was their better performer. Well, before I went to live. And of course, this was the worst one. And it's down $1.70. And remember, there's probably, I don't know how many is in circulating supply, maybe 700,000 or so ASICs, because most of them are mining Pulse Bitcoin. So that's probably the most scarce out of the main tokens there. Obviously, Pulse Bitcoin now. Now, obviously, some probably Hex originally was started cross-selling, is my guess. I didn't look at the transactions, it's my guess. But now, of course, there's been a bit more movement here as well. Now, Wolverine responded, one of the big whales, and of course, evangelist for the Pulse Bitcoin ecosystem, said, I'm going to punish the Pulse Bitcoin breadcrumb dumpers when they least expect it with face-melting green candles. Screenshot this tweet when they least expect it. So that's going to happen at some random time. it will come at a time when they least expect it to catch them off guard. Like a thief in the night, it will take their bags from them. Let's see how they sell their price down. So, when you're a whale and you're wanting to push it down, if the people are going to sell out, you let it go down to the bottom and then you buy it back up, right? That's what you're going to do. And, of course, you get more of the volume. You make it more self-fulfilling. Obviously, it does depend on how big your bags are, but that's what he's indicated there. They will know the value after they lose their entire bags, says Wolverine. So there we are. He's got a bit of a shot over the bow there for the dumpers in the Hex system. And that's the way it goes. So that is the highlight there. We're going to get into the main event, Coast. But before we do that, let's jump back to Hex and see how it's getting on there. We're at a 2.049 cents today with this big whale selling out today. And let's have a look how much he's got left. He's down. He sold another 20 million. He is down to 33. He's going all the way, baby. Probably. When they typically, last time we've seen the whales do this, they go all the way. He's going all the way. Don't kiss on the first date. But he's going to do it. He's going to kiss on the first date. There we are, family channel. And, of course, 717,000 is the old value price. It's actually lower. This is at 2.15. So that is it. Goodbye. What will happen to the price after this? Will the buying keep ferociously coming in? We'll have a look. So let's have a look at what he's done here as well. Oh, wow. Okay, so let me – what's going on here? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? Is this real? What the heck is this? Oh, my goodness. What is this? A DAOO? What is happening here? What is happening here? That is crazy stuff. I don't know what that is. That says sell $1.7 million worth here. 69 million Hex here. $1.7 million. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Okay, so we had all these buyers coming in. I'm not sure about that figure. That is a bit weird. What else there? Let's have a look. There's another one. There's that other one, that last one he did. 15 million there, 302. This, remember, it's across all the pools. So he's selling across the pools there. But this one here, that's pretty interesting. Let me know what you think that one is. And we're still managed to, what a day of craziness in Hex. 2.1 cents is the price. My goodness, I'm about to pass out. This is not even a Pulsechain launch. This is so incredible. What is going on here is amazing. Let's get into the chat there, though, before we move on. This is some crazy stuff right here on Hex Token Channel live. Man, oh man. Remember, this is dramatic sell down, but it's an opportunity as well for the market. The retail book, which has been doing a lot of the buying over the minute time actually to pick it up. And also speculators, right? Some large speculators coming in. They typically move the chart up and down as well. Sometimes they make profits, sometimes they make losses. Just the way it goes. Let's have a look here. We're going to jump through some of this. Thoughts on communists, says J-Man, are risky, is what I'd say. It's a speculative token. It's a speculative one. That's where I put it. It is free airdrop for Hexkins, so that's cool. But that's also what makes it very risky as well. Hex God Whale Stake, that is, says Hex Hodl. Yeah, that's true. Don't buy until the OG is out, says Blobfish King. Wise words there. And Jay, what's it? Jay, Jacinda resigning, I see. What another clown is lined up. Could be much worse, though. Yes, there's worse. People like Little and people like that are worse than her. Imagine who was the old Nazi guy that he was terrible. They ended up killing him in a house. Can't remember what it was. Little's a bit like that. So these guys are so bad, it's toxic. Or consider the perpetuals like Trio and Lucky, says Hex Huddle. Yeah, definitely. So we're not looking at those today, but definitely check those out. Maybe some value there with the price coming back here with the perpetuals, Trio and Lucky. Matt Barley says we can all pull in with about $1 million and bring back the price. 80 watching, we can do it. Like one there, Matty. I like that. Hey, Brazil's in house here. What's up, guys? You know what's up, Briz. The price is going through some trauma here with the big whale sell. Sandy Matten's house there, Sandy Beach. Oh, there's got to be some reason for it, right? The complete seller of your whale bags. That's some pretty bizarre stuff. Nothing going on, crypto and beach, says Matt. What else there? Another transaction pending, says Hex Huddle. 69 million dumps. $1.7 million sold now. I know. I'm just trying to take that in there. There's that. Is he out? I think he's out. He's down to 12.5 million. He's 12.5 million left. He's almost completely out. What a day. Unbelievable. This is crazy stuff. We're down to 1.982 cents. It's starting to slowly take an impact on the price. We're back to 2 cents there. We've got some big buying coming in, 69,000. Remember, rinse and repeat, but the impact is just about over. It's about over there. But that other account, what was that other account? That is pretty crazy. This 1.7 million. I'm just not sure what's going on with that one. Let me just go to the Hex contract here. It's a little bit unobvious based on that view. No entries. So, yeah, I'm not sure what that's passing through. Maybe Hexot will have a better chance of looking through that. Let us know what that is, Hexot, if you can. Katie's in the house there with the smiles. Good to see. Sorry, Katie. I called you Katie. KD. KD. Katie's going to kill me for that. Sorry about that one. Free speeches. It is now sitting on 11 million in stables. Yeah, I know. So what's it going to do? Now, obviously, I don't know if it got that much out of the pool, but some significant things going on here. Something is it more strategic? Is it more related? Or is it just some big giant whale? You can ask yourself. Obviously, we've seen these accounts before, the DO1, the DA1A. So it might need a refresher on that. So I'm going to go hunt them through the Hex audit and try and pull those out if I can. All right, so cool. That is it. Sure, we've seen commentary on them before. Let's see whether he's out. Is he finally out? Come on, man. 12.5, 12.5 million Hex to go. You can almost do it. And the market is responding, though. The market is responding to this onslaught by this this big whale. Humber, this is the whole narrative will change to the upside once we get an official announcement of the Pulsechain launch. Admitted or not, our community's future is in the hands of Pulse launch. Yeah. Damn it. My buy order failed and the price jumped a little. I know the slippage has got to be a bit crazy there too. Just remember your slippage probably needs to be adjusted from normal. Relentless Alex says free speech. Looks like a liquid Hex sell-off. Yep. Redistribution is kind of the good outcome from this. Just a buy and dump. Now, obviously, we get a bit of a relief buy. The stronger that is, the better, because after this, we could also see a waterfall down as well. Just remember that sometimes we see that. So let's see how this plays out. Can you imagine Hex token watching the Pulsechain chart? Cover your ears. I know it's going to be insane in the membrane. Crypto T, insane. There it goes. So we've got the final one. We're at 12.5. Now it's still sitting there. He's still got a little bit. Is he going to leave that there? Is he going to leave it? Or is he going to go all the way? He's just about gone all the way. He kissed on the first date. That's it. That's as far as I'm going with it. All right. So Matt says you need to set the rules on the channel. No dumping more than 1 million Hex at a time. No dumping during the live show. Yeah, that's true. It's actually wrecked my show today. But hey, it's drama. It's drama, not drama like social drama, but price drama. We're at 2.073 cents here. Crazy, man. Crazy. He left himself 12.5 million Hex at this stage in any case. Maybe he's going to leave that. Why would he leave it if he's going to go all out? Why would he leave it? I'm sure he's going to sell the rest, surely. Maybe he'll keep the 12.5. Maybe thinks the price will go up to where he exited his old position. The redistribution of Hex, that is true. Dollar cost average for the win, that is right. What else there? 1.7 million sell and buy. Looks like a bot attack on a slow 75k buy. Okay. Maybe he wants to buy eggs. Yeah, eggs are the new Bitcoin, they say. Eggs are the new Bitcoin. We're at 2.092 cents here. Be nice to if we can get back over, I don't know, what do you reckon, 2.25? We need to hold the price. That's the thing. This is kind of, imagine a trauma event. This is kind of a bit like a trauma event in the chart. Now, it does obviously provide buying opportunities, but it's kind of like that for the moment. Eggs on toast, says Matt and Bali. Technically, LP positioning is a way of trading. That's true, Hexotl. You could be doing that too. Eggs on toast. Yeah. Well, look at those buys. Yeah, the buys have been pretty good. We want to keep those going, of course. We're at 2.091. Like I said, I think we get up to 2.25 after this onslaught. That would be kind of cool. Let's see. We'll look here. Still on 12.5 million. All right, we might come back to this. Let's catch up in the chat, sir. That one didn't actually sell the Hex, but the LP and reposition, says Hexotl. Necessary pruning. Destroying the bear whale. Yeah. This has been known as the bear whale. Yeah, I like that one. I bought some too, says Sandy Beach. Rango grabbed some at 2. And what a noob, says Hex. Get Hex. I heard you, Prime Minister Jacinda the devil is stepping down early Feb. Yeah, that's great, QQ. But there's so many devils in the pack there. Who else we're going to get there? The media is, it's horrible, man. It's just horrible. These guys are just, we're up against it, man. These guys are so terrible from the media and the government. It's just horrible. We rather get the pain out of the way faster the better. Yeah. Well, I guess that's some good news from Jacinda Ardern compared to the price at the moment. But of course, people are getting new opportunity to get a discount over the last prices. If only Trudeau in Canada would do the same. Yeah, he's holding on to power as much as he can. Fortunately, we don't have what you have. You have Trudeau. You have not Trudeau. You have Polyev. You have Polyev. We don't have any hope like that here. You have Polyev. We don't have that. So at least that's something for Canada. DCA in house there. Robertson house there. How much does the whale have left? 12.5 million. Yes, I think it was 12.5. Let's have a refresh there. He's bought some more. He bought some more. He removed some liquidity. He's removed liquidity. He's going out. He's going to dump another 20. How much other liquidity has he got? Hex Otto, I think you were following this liquidity play. That is the play there. So let me have a quick look. He's removed liquidity. He's going to dump it. Let me just pull that up and bam. That is out now. He's pulled it. It's going down. So he's going all out now. 20, not just 12, but 20 is coming. Hold on to your hats here, folks. He's letting it full up a bit, letting the price full up. Man, he's probably going to buy a Lamborghini. Who knows what he's going to do? He's going to try and take that money and earn more money is probably what he's going to try and do. Free speech is the song Ding Dong, The Witch is Dead comes to mind. Read the New Zealand Prime Minister stepping down. That's true. Who just murdered the Hex price? The big whale, DD1A. It's coming. This 20 million's coming, though, folks. It's coming. It's coming. This 20 million is coming. I sound like I'm in some movie. It's coming. Be warned. It's coming for your children. No, it's not. All right, I got to watch about YouTube. They might take the wrong impression there. With all the buying going on, it's on the way back up. Price didn't move much, and a dump it. Yeah. What we often get though is after this fight back, you're fighting the whale sell, is that we get some trauma in the price. So we'll see what happens there. We're headed to sub 1 cents as L. Don't say it ain't so, Doc. Say it ain't so. Maybe it will shake it. Yeah. Huge opportunity, says L. That is true. Waiting on the next dump, then I'll do a little buying, says Ted. It's probably wise, Ted. I think that's a wise move. Pierre is the man who can save Canada. Canadians find some brains. Yeah, unlikely, says QQ. Yeah. Hey, look, you're up against the mainstream media there. They're all propagandists, just like us. All of our news agencies here are massive propagandists. They're really evil bunch of people, honestly. When you know you're knowingly doing the stuff that they do, that's kind of evil, right? So that's where I hate it. No drama channel, fan channel, yeah, no politics channel too. Trying to keep myself off that. It's coming. I love cheap T-shares. That's true. 69 million Hex market sale. Crazy, says Briz. Yeah. All right, so we're at 2.11 cents, but the whale has still got 20 million, and he pulled his LP there. And of course, we'll have to do some post analysis there. I'm sure Twitter will be rife with it. All right, let's get into the main event. We will cover this. We're up to an hour and 19, so it looks like we're going a bit longer today. The new website for Coast is live. Remember, this is one of our Fiat Onramp Offramps coming to Pulsechain. Now, obviously, we're aware of that Overwatch was looking to do it through their exchange as well. And there's probably at least another player out there that's trying to do this sort of stuff. But in any case, Coast is front-running all this with the limelight. And, of course, new website is live. Check it out. Fiat Onramp getting closer. And we are expecting that in February, right? But maybe sooner than later as well. So that's kind of cool. So let's have a look at the website. Here is the website, oxcoast.com. And so I'll actually post the link to this tweet in the chat here so that you can follow that up. But here is Coast. Bam. And you can get access to all the links there. That it is there. Bam. And let's go to the website. So the website is pretty cool. Hey, we've got 5 Hex Token memberships given out by KD, so grab them up. 5 Hex Token channel members. Grab. Dave Down Under got one. Mark Valley got one. Kristen Collin got one. Dark Matter got one. And Mr. Profits got one too. Welcome. Congratulations. Well done to you. All right, so cool. Let us get into it. We got Coast here. Your money on Pulse. Non-custodial on-ramp, off-ramp, and stablecoin for Pulse. Now, stablecoin will come later, the CST. At the moment, they're issuing USDC. I did drop them a line there. I'm not going to talk about that, though. I'm talking about later. Transparency, liquidity, collateral, and redemption, ubiquity, and adoption. Built for Pulsechain users, traders, investors, developers, advocates, onboards, and Hexkins. I like that. Isn't that nice? They got a little shout out to Hexkins there, a little free promo. They've got these other projects on. Obviously, the Wait is already out, and they're going to have Wait version 2. They got Tide and Rise coming up. Now, they aren't coming out. They're going to delay those because they're focusing on the on-ramp. We like their priorities. That's good. But they are very excited about these Tide and Rise projects coming in out there too. So that could be a lot of fun. Let's quickly go to the roadmap, and we can scroll down through all this. We'll get to where we are at the moment. Where are we up to at the moment? Q1 2023, they're going to hire, they've hired a chief technology officer, they've hired a senior front end, they've hired a UX UI designer. Now, this is something that we know is very important. One of the things of Pulsechain is having the front ends be really, really beautiful looking. That gives just a whole branding to the quality of Pulsechain, right? What people see is very, very important. You know, first impressions count a lot there. On-ramp internal alpha release. On-ramp multi-country approval. Now, we've seen this come out as well, so we're going to talk about that. And, of course, the on-ramp public beta release. That's what we're looking for on ETH chain first and then going to Pulsechain. So that is cool where we are at the moment. Q2, look at this. Pulsechain launch, question mark. So they've still got a similar time frame as what we've been talking about on this channel. And, of course, they've got Series Regular 8 and funding round. Looks like they're going to scale up there with some funding round. That'd be interesting. On-ramp partner integrations as well. So looking good there, very bullish here. So let's have a look at some of the stuff that we had in terms of place. So let's scroll right to the back. We go to markets, and we've talked about this before, but this is the one here. We've got the United States, they got Canada, they got Argentina here, Australia. This is kind of the front one here, and Europe, across Europe here, Spain, France, Germany, Estonia, Lithuania, Italy, and of course, down here, Philippines. Now, I kept on saying Indonesia because I wasn't bothering to look at the map, but it is Philippines there is the place there. Now, approved United States and United Kingdom, very cool. Pending Australia, Argentina, Germany, and Spain, and in progress Brazil, Canada, Colombia, Mexico, Netherlands, Lithuania, Estonia, France, Italy, Singapore, and Philippines. So if you're one of those, you'll be able to access it. And of course, we've got our poll up and running at the moment, which I forgot to talk about. We've got over 100 votes on that, which is awesome. If available in your area, do you intend using the codes Fiat Onramp Offramp? Yes on Ethereum, yes on Pulsechain, yes on both, or no. So let us know. It didn't have an option for maybe. So here we are. You have to choose one or the other. So that's kind of cool. So that is in terms of the regions. They also have FAQ. So I suggest you reading that because that's very important. They've got obviously mints and redemption. So you're going to mint some stable coin. US dollars or CST in the future, or you're going to redeem it back to fiat currency. That's kind of the play there. They also got compliance. They do have, because they're using a bank intermediary, they do have a sort of a basic KYC sort of a detail there as well. So that's kind of cool. Verify your email address, verify your identity, add your wallet to the account, and documents as well. So they have all those sort of things under there. Let's go to the overview and have a quick look at stuff there. They've got the CST. That's coming later, I believe. So it's really just the Fiat Onramp Offramp we're talking about, and that's into USDC at this stage. Be interesting whether they add anything else in terms of stables for that. And that will be cool. So let's getting started. Let's go quickly to this. Let's jump to mints. You can track all that. So I might go through this on another video since we're so far behind. But you definitely check that out. And of course, here they've had their different updates they've had as well. Payment methods built into our Fiat Onramp from launch will be wire, credit card, debit, and ACH bank transfer, allowing you to buy Hex on Ethereum and Pulsechain. Then, of course, they had another update about the fees. Fee structure is likely to be standard fee equals 4%. They've got asterisks there, discount levels of 3%, 2%, and 1% depending on the number of tokens. So you could put Hex on there and lock that in and get a discount. So if you're doing a lot of Fiat Onramp Offramp activities, this could be something good for you in terms of low fees. And of course, more expensive than a centralized exchange, which is about 1%. But of course, you don't own the keys to your coins. And of course, but much cheaper than expensive providers like Simplex, which are global providers, and they can get up to 18% on those. So they're pretty expensive too. So that is kind of a nice little balance there in the middle. You can make of that what you will, whether it impacts your decision or not. But that is definitely a great option. Hopefully they get it for New Zealand. It could be another option for New Zealanders as well. So that's kind of cool. That is a bit of a summary. I'm just going to look. How do I mint and redeem? This is the question I was going to look at here. How do I mint and redeem crypto with Coast? Once you have set up a Coast account, you can mint and redeem USDC and CST. That's the new Coast stable using the following steps. You can send a wire to our banking partner using the mint instructions displayed in the Coast app. Please note we do not currently accept money transfers except services such as Venmo, TransferWise, PayPal, etc. The name of your bank account must match the name of your Coast account. It can take anywhere from 1 to 5 business days for a wire transfer to complete. We will send email confirmation to you once we have received your wire, USDC, etc. Is minted and transferred to the wallet address provided in the app within 1 business day of your wire settling. So just remember that. The time frame there. Redemptions, you can visit the Coast app. This will obviously come out probably in early February is my guess, somewhere in that ballpark. This redemption address is unique to each Coast user. Why is my redemption address so simple? You will notice that this address is very simple and contains many zeros. This is intentional. You can redeem from any wallet to this address, and all redemptions received by this address will be associated with your Coast account. Send USDC, Coast, a minimum $1,000 to your unique redemption address. So there's a minimum there. Just remember that. Our banking partner issues a wire to your bank account within 1 day of being successful, sent to your redemption address. So that is the process at the moment to kick it off. But that's going to be very important for Pulsechain when to have one of possibly a couple of Fiat Onramps, at least 2 that we know of for sure that seem to be coming. So that's kind of cool. That are native to Pulsechain in particular. So that's kind of cool there. That is our Coast update, and that's bullish, right? That's bullish. We're going to get into Hex daily stats, but before we do that, let's go back to the Hex price. Let's see what's going on with this carnage in the house. Let's finish the poll. We've got 107 votes. It's a good place to finish. Let's see where that ends up. Let us go here. We've got, if you're available in your area, do you intend on using Coast, Fiat Onramp Offramp? Yes on both chains, 63%. Yes on Pulsechain, 24%. No, 9%. Yes on Ethereum, 2%. So pretty overwhelming. 90% will probably use it in some capacity, subject to all the payments. So looks like they're going to broaden that optionality in terms of the Fiat Onramp Offramp as they ramp up, which is kind of cool. That's pretty normal, right? Very cool. So we're currently at a 2.178. I said it would be kind of quite good if we got it back up to at least 2.25 cents after this absolute onslaught. Let's have a look at the Whales account, see whether that is sold out. It's still sitting on that 20 million, man. It's still sitting on that 20 million, pretty ominous. And of course, you might want to keep track of that account. That's DD1A. And of course, we're at 2.178. Is it going to hold on to that? Is it, or is it just going to finally sell it down once the pot fills back up? And it's filling back up at the moment. The other thing, of course, is will the price bounce back, and will it then later hemorrhage after that, after the buying fury has come in? We will see. Pulsechain is still coming, so this could all turn around in a heartbeat. Let's just remember that if we've seen nice little capital inflows, imagine what it could be like if we get that testnet out, because that would be the V1, the version 1 of the proof of stake, and that would be super, super bullish. Sign that Pulsechain is getting ever so closer because of all the updates they have to do. The update, the consensus codes, the scaling numbers, the fee structures, the parameters, all those things get updated. And if that gets out there, that's a big confidence builder to the market. And if it's working relatively flawlessly, I mean, there's always some issues, right? Then that would be a super good outcome. And the market should price that in. The market should price that in. So it's going to be interesting to see that. All right, so cool. That is it. When will that final hammer hit with the 20 million? It's still sitting there. It's going to be fun to see that. Let's get into Hex daily stats. We've got day 1143 hot off the press. And hot off the press there. The 18th of January 2023. We're down 10.5%, down to 2.4 cents. Let this be known, as Brazology, I think, named it, the bear whale. The bear whale day is the bear whale sell-off there. We're down to 6.3. We're actually up. So the price might be down, but we've got the payout is still looking good. 6.391 hex per D-share with all those penalties that we got today. Looking good there. The share rate is up 20 to 25,582, and we're at $617 for a T-share. Remember, you can get this for a third of the price if you use the longer pays better feature in Hex. You get 20% more shares per year that you stake your Hex, up to 200% for 10 years. So longer pays better there. The average stake length 6.5 years. The APY yield there, 36.94%. Liquidity in the pool is 377 million Hex after the Hex God Whale, sorry, not Hex God Whale, the Bear Whale decided to help fill this up for us. It's up, it got up to, it's snapshotted at 377. What's it at the moment on here? It's at 400 million Hex. OMG on that one. There's opportunity. If you're a big whale looking to get into Pulsechain, that's your time to do it. Okay, that's your time to do it. Liquidity in the pool there, 10.8 million USDC. So we dropped down to there on the snapshot. We were at the moment 10.3. We're still holding over 10 million. Thank goodness for that. 10 million, a very important line for me. We've got 13.71 ETH in the pool. That is the results. The T-shares are down 1,500 today to 10,303,000 T-shares. Remember, Hex is easy to understand. We have our ownership pool with T-shares in it. We have a reward pool with the inflation and penalties in it. And if they go up or down, then Hex Power or T-share goes up or down. And basically, it's just going to go up and to the right, right? So that's pretty cool. Let's jump over to the right-hand side. Have a look at the percentage of stake coins. 10.08% of Hex is staked at the moment. The payout of penalties is 3 million today. Really good day for Hex T-share stakers. That is so cool. 50% goes to the stakers, of course. The payout, you can see down here, this is what goes out to everybody in terms of Hex payout every day. So 65 million Hex plus 50% of penalties there. The total, let's look at the holder numbers. The ETH scan says that we're down 22 on Etherscan at 316,450, but the stakers are up, and this is our headline number. The stakers are up 43 to 117,573. Total holders up 147 up to 523,530. And of course, we're on day 1143. It's just finished. Those are the results. We're on day 1144. It's just started. And our base rate here is just below, 6.24 Hex per T-share there at the moment. So, and we've got fun times coming ahead, as I talked about earlier. Let's go to the price here. Hex price. It is at 2.2 cents. Woohoo! So that's 2.2 cents at the moment. That is pretty cool. Let's see whether this can consolidate after a massive exit of a whale's account. Massive. Still has the 20 million. I think it does. Still has that left. We'll see whether that drops a bit later. They let the pool fall out, and then they try to get more value out of it. That's pretty much it. All right, so that is it. Let's have a look at the Hexy Fire, and of course, this gives us an idea of after the Hex God Whale decides to exit, not the Bear God, not the Bear Whale, but the Hex God Whale on the 14th. There, we've got the 16th to 600 jump in the Hex per T-share. This is a significant event, and of course, that means that all the large holders in here that we talked about, they will get less T-shares. They'll be okay at the moment restaking, but after that, they'll have to make a different decision in terms of, or at least they'll be impacted differently. They don't have to make a different decision, but they can be impacted because it's going to cost them 600 Hex per T-share more. And by the time they actually restake, of course, the share rate's going to be even higher than that because share rate's going to have these little jumps that are expected as well during the year as we go into the middle of 2023. You can see other jumps as well. Then we got this expected big jump here in November as well, which is ginormous, right? So that is massive. That's about 1,400 Hex per T-share later in the year. So staking earlier, staking longer, holding those T-shares becoming more important. And of course, we see less big Hex stake ladders as well in the future in this year. So things are changing on the supply side dramatically. Now, that's not the demand side, but it's the supply side are changing dramatically there. And, of course, influencing demand side plays there as well. We do have a lot of liquid Hex out there. A lot of it's inactive for many reasons, but we do have a lot of liquid Hex still. And, of course, we just saw a redistribution of some of that today. That is pretty much it. We're at 2.24 cents. This is back to where I said, almost back to where I said 2.25. I said it'd be pretty good getting there. But, of course, we could have, sometimes we get hemorrhage afterwards. After the buying free goes away, we'll see how we get on. Pretty crazy day, man. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's content, and I do apologize for the coast update a bit later in the piece. But hey, we didn't know that this giant whale was going to sell down so much stuff today. That's pretty much it. All right, let's get into some of the final comments. We're at an hour and 34 minutes. What a day in the office have we been? What a day in the office. It's been crazy. All right, let's get up to some of these. QQ says, thanks God for Rebel News and the True North. Yeah, they're proper media companies, that's for sure. Who else there? Let's jump up here. We've got a couple more comments that I missed, possibly. Let's see. Maybe it's a hack account, or the whale has cold feet on the first day. No, pulling the LP and all that, that's pretty, I think that's kind of indicative that intentionally sold down would be my first play there. Getting ready for Prada chain, says Tortoise Johnny, possibly. Just be happy this guy can't sell 50 cents. I agree that 100%. This guy's selling because he wants Crypto 7 to shave his head, says Humberto. Maybe. I don't know. Does Crypto 7 put that out, did he? I don't know. What else there? We got Functional Crypto. Yeehaw! Hey, good to see you. Smash those likes, says KD. Definitely smash the likes. We're at 2.232 cents. Man. If this Hex chart could actually rally back over 2.4 cents, that'd be quite something. But 2.25 is kind of where I expected it to kind of land. But look, let's see where it goes. Coach is looking good, says KD. Definitely looking good. And I did post the link to the website there with the Twitter up above there, Sandy Beach. Am I the only one that doesn't trust a Coach, says T? Well, you've got to have a good reason for that, so let us know the reason. We can always assess the reason, right? Is the whale out? Not quite yet. Let's have a look here. Still got the 20 million Hex, so they did pull the LP. This has got to be going, right? It's got to be going, surely. Other than that, they might match the US dollar with the Hex and re-put their LP position back in. That might happen. We'll see. Any Zen news to put a smile back on there, says Matt. No, it's not one of our topics today. We will be talking about Zen in the future, but it's not a topic for us today. As I said to you a couple of days ago, I'm going to be mixing up the content, so it won't be so. We'll have different topics on each day. It's going to mix it up a little bit there. Not yet, says it. He sure promises a lot, yet he faces avatar, says T. Not sure what that's about. Archipelago gets super bullish on the coast weight system. Me too. I am as well. Genuine says New Zealand Prime Minister just resigned. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. That's very positive news. Hex reaction was very good, says I think so. Regular says get stoic from Coast on the channel. Yeah, we'll try and get them on the channel at some stage. That'd be kind of cool. Humberto says, what an exciting night, Superman. Only happens during a stream. How many times does it happen during my stream, right? I don't know whether this is a turnover UTC time, but honestly, we've had so many big events happen on this channel, and we're the only one typically streaming. I mean, I think Cabana was streaming earlier. I don't know if he's still streaming, but man, it's some crazy times we've had on this channel. We've been alive during a lot of these things. Amazing. Beer Whale, says KD. Yeah, Beer Whale. The day of the Beer Whale. That's what we got. Well, Prizology's got the name on that, didn't you, Priz? Nice one there. Priz is good with his naming and his artwork. Or he fudded out a different project. Maybe. Those pesky XRP guys have been bragging about the SEC case, lol, as there's Priz. Yeah, maybe that's true. Could be reallocating capital to what he thinks is a better project at the time. That's always possible. Has been hacked, says Matt. Has he been hacked? I doubt that he's been hacked. I think that's a low thing there. Awesome stuff. Thanks, Super, says Dirty Paws. Are you welcome? He is selling to buy Zen, mofo. I don't think so. Let's pull his count up on something else here. I'm not sure if he's moved stuff out. Execute here. Clipper swap with permit. Actually, I haven't seen this transaction before. What's that going into DAI? So he switched out 100. He switched out some money. That's not a lot of money. 193,000 to DAI. What else has he done here? Just to make sure that he's got here. Anchor network. Approve. Trust swap. What's he got in here? Swap token. Trust swap token. Let's see what's got in here. Approve Hedron. Not sure what he's doing in here. You'd have to break that down. So he's definitely doing some activities since he sold down a lot of stuff down. Let's see. Approve there. What's this one? Approve for trade. Okay, it's approved for trade on there. And what's the last one here? Execute. What do you execute? Some DAI. So mixing some DAI there from the looks of it. So what's he got left in here? He's got DAI, almost 12 million. So it looks like he's just moved it all into DAI. And he's got Hex here, 20 million. Interesting DAI. Interesting. This is pretty interesting on the DAI side there. We might talk about that later, though. All right, so cool. That is pretty much it. I guess people were watching that wallet, see what happens to all those US funds that it just drained from the pool. But the US funds are back up to 1.8 million. The community has been strong, like a beastie boy has been strong. Let's look at the 15-minute chart here, and let's log that. That is our drama there on the 50 minutes. Let's look at the 5 minutes. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. The 5-minute chart. That's what it looks like there. Maybe I'll hide the volume. There's the volume. Look, that is the Hex chart there. Woo-hoo! Hot dog. Now, I kind of feel that a strong rebound for these charts is to actually get back to 2/3. That kind of feels good to me. Man, if we got to that, that'd be very, very nice getting back to 2/3. So let's have a look what that would be. I hate that thing there. That would be, I've got all the cues up there. So we're down 20%. Can you believe it? That's crazy, man. But we're only down at the moment, down 9.6%. That's kind of cool. 24 hour, we're still down 17.75, but in this time frame, we're down only 9.6. So it's kind of cool. So if we're down to that, then maybe somewhere around about 235 would be pretty nice. Strong little pushback there. We've got a little bit here. This is kind of a crucial period. Can we little zigzag our way back up a little bit? Be pretty nice to get back over this 2.4. That'd be really, really strong. Let's see how we get on there. Where were we before? You see, before the big special event, we were really down here, up here at about 2.46 in this place. So if you can imagine the market getting us back to that would be pretty special. Would be pretty cool. Let's hope so. Sometimes after this though, there's a bit of a trauma in the market, and the FOMO goes away. Acapella says, "I'm very thankful for what you do, man. I hope you're doing well, man. These streams are very much appreciated." Hey, Archipelago, appreciate it too. Hey, look, you guys know I enjoy the stuff as much as you guys do, so it's always a pleasure, man. AP says, "Hello, Superman. Just now catching the stream. Hope all is well." Very good, AP. Bit of trauma on today's show, but it's good. A lot of people being able to pick up Hex for very cheaper, and Pulsechain is still coming, so no changes there. Day after day, no matter what comes our way, Superman is here night after night. Thank you, Superman, from sunny Miami, capital of crypto USA. True. Thanks, Umberto. I appreciate that. Katie in the house there with the hot dogs. The only thing that makes sense is a hack. Otherwise, why not wait for Pulsechain? Well, it does look like they were switching into DAI and other stuff, so we'll see. I think it'd be very unlikely. These accounts are well known for a while. And Hexodor said it is related to DO1 as well, which makes sense. Tombo says if you got hacked, you would move to another wallet before selling. No, also wouldn't sell slow like he did. True. SJ dropping in my video tonight. SJ Vibe dropping my video. SJ appears dropping my video tonight. Please like and retweet it for the algo. Yeah, definitely post that in the Discord, and everyone can do that there at Sandy Beach. All right, so cool. What a day of drama here on Hex Token channel. We were here when the bear whale decided to sell out. And of course, we're going to look for some, there'll be people analyzing. Some people like to look at the blockchain, so they'll be into that, giving us some little alpha around that. Let's see. Let's go to the Twitter and see whether we've got any stuff on that. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if Richard Hart has been seeing the action. No, nothing there. Let's go to Hex. Let's have a look. Hex there. I don't know whether it's going to give us some action. I might have some comments there. Here is from Somi. So your friend Somi, we follow Somi. He's pretty good. Wallet DO1 has been a thorn in Hex side for a long time. He is exiting most of his bag today. He had 160 million, and now he's been relentlessly selling down to 53K. Of course, we know that's down to 20 million last time we checked, which I still think is the case. He'll likely, I hard to know what he's going to do that, but because he stopped, but he may just let the pool fill up and then sell that down later on. Help wreck our chart. Doesn't seem to care. So that's the way it goes. No staking remaining. Bag size is to last drop. Almost done. Can't hurt price too much more. This is the second big whale, right? We've had actually we had a third whale as well, but not less talked about. We had the other whale sell out. Man during this bedtime. Crazy stuff there. Now conspiracies can be made about these large holders as well. I'm sure they will be made. Just the way it goes. Hextronaut says DO1 just started dumping. He sold somewhere around 70 million Hex, was about 76 to the left. Time to be alive. What a time to be alive. But yeah, it was certainly animated this channel, that's for sure. Is that 2 minutes ago? Watching distribution on action with Hex. Wallet DO1 is generally considered to be a thorn, has murdered price. His impatience to use limit orders is gobbled up by dip buyers. He's out of most liquid Hex now. He also first bought to try fake out others as well. So that's what he tried to do there. Interesting there. Also trying to bought. So some interesting stuff in there. 30 minutes ago, Wallet DO1 nicknamed the final scum. We were a bit more generous from Briz. Briz just said the bear whale, although we have had a couple. The final scum is liquidated the rest of the Hex bag. Wallet DD1A is the side wallet to DO1. And of course, Hex Huddle, I mentioned that earlier, has only 12.5 million Hex left and negotiable. Well, it's actually, he pulled his LP as well. So it's got 20 million, as we know, in this wallet here as well. So that's kind of the plate is still sitting there. That is pretty much it. What else we got here? We got Ryan sitting on the beach. Ryan doesn't care. I was like, I'm sitting on the beach, man. I'm just relaxing there. Oh, Ryan Lopez there, living the dream, man. And of course, a really cool dude. I think Javita is killing it on Twitter. These are some of the ladies on Twitter, influencers in there. We got a fresh announcement, folks. This is hot off the press. Announcement from Maximus. The new all-in-one Maximus DAO dashboard is live. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to post a link to this in the chat there. That's just come up. That wasn't here before. Maximus dashboard. Save this to your favorites because I know many of you involved with Maximus. So that is the link. Definitely download it. I will add this to the Discord under useful links under Maximus. But that is cool. We probably already got it there. Just probably just refresh the front end there, or the back end side of it. But yeah. Portfolio Maximus portfolio tracker is up. Yeah, I think we've already got this link, portfolio.maximus.cash. They've just upgraded the UI on it, so that's kind of cool. And you can add addresses too. That's nice. That's nice. Anyway, so we might pull this up for tomorrow when we'll bring in and talk about Maximus again. Check out the discounts too. There may be some really nice discounts on Maximus with this Hex pullback. Let's have a quick look at those while we're here. Hex at 2.2359 cents. Extended live stream today just because there's just this craziness going on. Crazy opportunity, crazy selling, crazy new innovations, Pulsechain. I mean, it's not quite this ecosystem. Let's have a look at the Maxi Ecos Premium. It's currently at 3.1 cents. Let's have a look at how the premium is held up during this time. Let's have it. We're sitting at 40, almost 40%, not quite. And of course, let's have a look at the 15-minute chart here on the premium. And that's where we are. So we've been pretty steady, actually rising slightly over the 15 minutes there. So kind of initially sold off here from the looks of it, and away it goes. Now the Decimus, the discounts have typically been for the longer perpetuals. The Deci and the Lucky have definitely suffered, ironically, funny enough. It's at an 8%. Look at that decline. This is on a 15-minute, one-day chart there. That's pretty crazy. The 15-minute there, that's a 15-minute. Just slowly sliding there on the 15-minute chart there on the Decimus. It's a 10-year perpetual. The Lucky is the 7-year. This has also been struggling with the premium. Oh, it's been a discount, but it's struggling with that. 2 cents. Let's see where this is at the moment. 93, so 7% discount at the moment. And this is on the 15-minute chart. This has also been pulled down. It was actually up at a premium at 105. It's gone down to a discount of 97. Are you kidding me? That's some crazy volatility right there. Opportunity abounds for people there, I would say. Obviously not investment advice. And the trio, let's have a quick look at the trio. The trio is at a 2.2, so it's pretty similar to the Hex price. Let's have a look. It's at a slight discount, 98.34. So even the 3-year one is a slight discount. And of course, I don't have this here keeps failing. The old base keeps failing there. Probably similar 1-to-1, I would think. Let's have a quick look at that. Let's have a look at that. And this is the base, the 1-year perpetual. And let's have a look at the 15 minutes. This is a bit weird, this chart. That's why I'm a little bit cautious about it. 2.24, bit of a sell-off there. Let's have a look at the premium or discount in this case. Let's have a look. It's pretty much on par, one to one, pretty much there on the base. There we go. All right. Hex at the moment, 2.238 cents. And of course, it'd be really nice to see it go climb a little bit high here. Keep the momentum going, get the market, put it back into a strong position. We'll see how it goes there. Now, obviously, it can get exhausted eventually, and people take a bit of a break. So we'll see how we go on there at the moment. But some nice little buying come in there. We still have to absorb this. And, of course, maybe that after the market gets into an exhaustion phase or a trauma phase, maybe he sells it down and tries to traumatize the price even more. A little rat bag college. All right, so let's get into it. Who else is here? Probably still got a few people watching, 73 people. Big welcome, of course. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button and the bell. Hey, we actually hit the 2.25, which is where I was talking about, right? I said, oh, it'd be nice to get the 2.25. That'd be a kind of nice place to settle for a little bit before we try to make the move higher. But of course, often we get some trauma in here and we get a zigzag down. That's why if we get a nice almost a 2/3 of the way back up, a little bit higher, maybe 2.2, 2.3, 2.35. Normally, that's showing a slightly stronger rebound, and that would be preferable. But at a very minimum, we're kind of at that minimum at this stage on the pullback there. So we'll see how we get on. Who else is in the house? Great show, says T, as always. Thanks always. You're welcome. Thank you, says Sandy Beach. There is the Maximus dashboard. That's hot off the press there, folks. The upgrade. I'll try and have a look at that tomorrow during live stream. I'll try and pull something up if I can do that. That's RH dumping. He's helping us get in cheap before the rocket ship, says Al. That's a little bit different from Sami's opinion, but well, that was exciting to watch. Goodbye, all, says Free Speech. You're welcome. That was fun indeed. All right, we're up to an hour and 51 minutes. Hey, we're going to go up to 2 hours because we're at an hour 51. So we're going to keep coverage of the X price here with the bear whale playing out. And of course, we should we have a more meaner name for the bear whale? We try to be a no drama channel, so trying to modify our classification of this bear. But anyway, Ryan is happy. That's all that counts on that one. Let's go to your friend Somni. He seems to be the only one really making comments on it at this stage. I'm sure other analysts out there in the Hex community will make comments. We will see. Let's get up here. Yeah, so the last one was 10 minutes ago. DO1 is generally considered to be a thorn, has murdered the price. Indeed, he has. And we've been remembered DO1. I think that's kind of it on that one. He's holding on to his 20 million. You cruel thing. Just sell it out, you ratbag. No, actually, I'll let the price come back up a bit. No, he's going to try and train the price probably a bit more. We'll see. He may speculate and just hold that. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know why you'd go so far and then not go the final mile, right? Yeah. So if you hacked the account and of course you knew the person that has the keys to the account, you're not going to leave this 20 million X sitting there, are you? So and all the other more complicated transactions that have occurred on this account. People will be watching to see what happens to all the DAI here as well. Moving ahead, I have this. Think about the fact that it's got DAI here. It's kind of interesting. I have a thought about this DAI. This is kind of a Blues Clues here. Let me know in the chat what you think this Blues Clues DAI might mean. It's a little bit interesting that went into DAI after the US dollars. That is interesting indeed. Where's the comment up here? What else there? The NAB has created a stablecoin called AUDN. Interesting, says Ivor. That's pretty interesting. The final scum, says Briz. Are we renaming it scum, are we? I just don't like using the word scum, but yeah, I get where you're heading there. Katie in the house there. What's that little rats? Yeah, the rat whale, maybe like that. Rune Sky says DO1 is almost out. Hex token. I keep forgetting to ask you, would you like to claim a Tom Peter Gill as a Kiwi brother? Aussies are reluctant to claim. The accent sounds funny, lol. Can't tell where he's from. I don't even know who Tom Peter Gill is. I may have heard of the name. I just don't recall hearing it though. Maybe he's saving it for the RH wallet sacrifice at Sandy Beach. Yeah, well, when that's going to be interesting time frame. I can only presume that's going to be after the Pulsechain launch, as we might see the Heart wallet pretty close after the Pulsechain launch, is my guess. That's probably where I expect to see it. Let me know in the chat if you think that he might do that earlier, but it kind of seems like the logical place to put it if you're going to do it. Cool. That is some of the highlights there. We're up to an hour and 54. What are we going to call it? What do you call it there, Briz? You called it something. The final. We'll just call him the bear whale. The bear whale there. It's it's too nice a name, but we'll use it. The bear whale there, sitting on 20 million still. But what a day in the office! What a day in the office it has been. And where will those? Will we see that DAI capital move somewhere? That's going to be fun to see. I could make a few speculative comments on that, but I'm going to leave it out today. Rune Sky says Tom Gilt is the guy that launched that documentary, Hexkins and the Time Value of Money. Okay, cool. Sorry, I did not know. I haven't actually watched the documentary. I've seen it on. I did talk about it yesterday, but I haven't actually watched it with a fake Aussie accent. Is it? Oh, right. Tom B. Gillespie did the mockumentary on Hex skins and time value of money. Okay, yeah, I haven't watched it. The beer whale, yeah, the beer whale, yeah. It's the beer whale with the 2 E's, yeah. What a beautiful thing that we can see with transparency what every wallet is doing in Hex. How can you not love this, says Umberto? Yeah, for the most part, unless they wash trade it through the exchanges. But I agree with you. It is very cool. All right, we're fighting here. 2.43. Come on, Hex, you can do it. Let's see it. Let's see what you can do. Let's go back to the daily here on the Hex chart. Have a look at that. We've got a nice, let's have a look at a review here. 24 hours. We've got 67% buyers, but the sell volume is 54%. So a nice little comeback there. 6 hours, we've had a bit of a comeback here. 54% sell volume, 5.2 million versus 4.6. And on the hourly, which is probably the most important one here, we have 53% buy volume, 3.2 million over 2.8 million. Go Hexicans redistribution from one big whale to everybody else. And of course, this has been probably, I don't know, probably one of the 2 or 3 most painful whales that's been sitting out there playing with the price all the time. But hopefully they will be out. Now, the best way to keep the whale out is for the price to go up. That's the best way to keep this whale out is the price to go up. And of course, that means they have to pay more to get back in. So that's if the price goes down to 1 cent, then and they're deciding that they're actually not going to allocate it somewhere else, then they may very well come back in, and then you have to rinse and repeat. We'll see how that gets on. We're coming up to an hour, 2 hours. We're about an hour and 47 minutes, so we've got a couple of minutes to go. He said bloody in the mockumentary that gave him away, says Sandy Beach. I see. That is true. Andrew says, imagine being the beard whale. Beard whale, maybe. I've got a special. We're going to play some special music on the way out. Big shout out to Scott out there, out in the land of Hex cans, and of course did a lovely song for us. So we're going to play Scott's song on the way out. Seems to be pretty good time at the moment. We're at 2.245 cents. We've got 2.5 minutes to go on the live stream. Let us know what you think there. We had some cool stuff from Coast, their Fiat Onramp Offramp for Pulsechain, and it's going to land on Ethereum first, possibly as early as early February is my guess. You never know. Maybe they even front run that with the website out already, waiting for their DApp. We also obviously had the Maximus dashboard update. That's a very cool thing. I really like to see. Everyone loves to get better information around the portfolios. And of course, we saw the Fatty wallet also add a lot more of the tokens, particularly that we talk about. Hedron, Icosa, Communist, and others. It's pretty interesting there as well. Now, obviously, from day to day, I will be talking about different coins. So that's definitely going to be in play. Cool. 2.48 cents at the moment on Hex. Let's get a strong fight back. Now, obviously, we're getting a nice little decent fight back here, but we also want to get on the daily here. We also want to get a nice little support line as well. So a nice little support line here. It's going to be a bit difficult to draw in some support lines on this chart now, but we're going to do our best. Yeah, he's just Sandy Beach. Yeah, Scott's awesome. He's awesome. So a big shout out to Scott. Thanks for the suit man. Great stream once again. And you're welcome, man. We're at 2.4, 2.5. This is kind of where I hope we'd get to, as you recall. But hey, higher the better. Getting back two-thirds, even better. Getting over to 2.3, 2.35 would be even better. And of course, hopefully we don't get any trauma fatigue. We often see that, but hopefully we don't see that. We're certainly having a better fight back than I had thought we might get to. But 2.25 was the target there. It seems to be good at this stage. We'll see how it gets on for the rest of the day. Obviously, an opportunity for people to pick up more Hex now. And of course, with Pulsechain still coming, the testnet potentially, obviously the dev pre-tep said the testnet is very soon. And that is probably the best sign so far because you can't get much better than that, I would say, other than Richard Hart going, testnet's live. Testnet's live. Here it is. Play. All right, cool. We're up to 2 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I probably will be doing my Pulsex video if all goes well today. If I don't, then don't hold it against me. But I plan to try and do that too. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a fun, insightful video with some speculations in there too around Pulsex. All right. Thanks, Superman. You're welcome. All right, let's play it out. Bye for now. Take care.
Well, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. And occasionally I think back to that twerk, Richard Hart bringing his game. Well, I didn't make the sacrifice 'cause I came too late, but day one I'm still making it rain. Oh, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about Pulse X. Won't be long before I'm going to bed wearing a Rolex. There's so much to love about it, I can't pick my favorite. It's almost better than sex. Well, oh, I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about Pulse X. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your hats. Might as well start with 5, a financial suplex. Generational wealth is just a click away. It's a Nobel Prize worthy flex. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your hats. A financial suplex, a Nobel Prize worthy flex. You better stake your hats.